The separate toolbar of TableView window. By double-clicking on any window in the software, it is possible to maximize it, and by repeating the double-click, it is possible to restore the previous state. The separate toolbar of TableView window is located on the second row at the top of the Webco AM Pro software in the sequencer room. By using the New State option, it is possible to create a new state. The state will be placed after the last created state. This is equal to the append option available by right-clicking anywhere at the top of the any state. When there are multiple states, by double-clicking on any state, it is possible to minimize it. By using the Delete a State option, it is possible to delete a state. This option contains selected state and unselected state. As you can see, there is a small square at the top of every state. By checking this square, you can select this state. When deleting a state, selected state option is selected. All of these states whose square has been checked will be deleted. If unselected state is selected, all states whose square has not been checked will be deleted. You can view this option by right-clicking on the ribbon on the top of any state and selecting the delete option. Moreover, by selecting a state and right-clicking on it, and then selecting Delete or Delete a State option from the toolbar, it is possible to delete that state. If the user wishes to add a state and place this new state in a specific order, they can use Insert Before and Insert After options. In this case, the user clicks on a state and then selects Insert Before to add a new state with similar information before the current state. By clicking on a state for the second time, the user can place the new state after the current state by selecting Insert After. It is also possible to view these options by right-clicking on any state. To create an impedance shot in the sequencer room, Insert Z Shot option can be used. By selecting this option, a window named Insert Impedance Shot opens where you can adjust the value of the parameters. In Line Parameters section, impedance of the line as well as its angle can be specified. To change these values, you should go to the Test Object page in the Distance block. In Fault Parameters, the error information is specified. The type of error, the location of the error in form of a relation of length of the line, and the error current are specified in Fault Type section, Location, and iTest section respectively. In Time Settings section, the time related to pre-fault, max fault, and post-fault section, and also the delay time of the power key operation is specified. This value should be adjusted from the CB configuration block in Test Object page. In Trigger Measurement section, the reception contact of trip signal is specified, and in the slide bar of that section, the active binaries of the device are displayed. You can see that the only binary number 1. Also in TNOM, TDEV positive, and TDEV negative section, it is possible to adjust the nominal time for reception of trip with the values of positive and negative tolerance for evaluation of the test in the measurement view window. By selecting the Insert Z Shot option, 3 states are created consecutively after the current state with the names of pre-fault, max fault, or L1, L2, L3, 100% and post-fault. This can be done also by right-clicking on any of the states and selecting Insert Z Shot. The default state option in the right-click menu of states returns all values of states to the default setting in the device block in Test Object page. Select File to Merge option is used when the user wishes to import the information of several states to this page from a Saves Test file. By selecting this option, the corresponding window opens, and in Select File section, by selecting Browse, you can select your intended file. By doing so, the states existing in the intended files are displayed. By checking any of these states, you can select that state to import its information to the current page. Then, in the section related to insert information, the intended location for importing the state is specified. In Location section, it is specified that the state should be added before or after the current state, and in Current State section, it is possible to determine the current state. Finally, by selecting Add, you can import the information. The next option is Copy and Paste of a state, and by selecting it, the corresponding window opens. In a State List for Copy section of this window, the list of currently available states opens, and by checking any of them, it is possible to select the information of that state for copying, and in the Options for Paste section, just like the previous part, the location for pasting the state is specified. Also in Repetition section, You can specify how many times this copying procedure is to be repeated. You can do this by using the options available in the right-click menu or any state. By clicking on Paste State, you can paste the copied state information to the current state. If the user has changed the name of states and wishes to restore the default name of the states, the correct names of states option can be used. The last part has two options which are related to displaying the signal of states in the signal view window. By selecting all states, it is possible to view the voltage and current signals of all states in signal view, but if current state is selected, it is only possible to view the signals of the current state in the signal view. On the left of the toolbar, the number of states and state numbers are displayed. In this section, it is possible to move to after and before the current state, as well as the last and first state by using the next state, previous state, last state, and first state, respectively.